Marie Antoinette. The name conjures images of extravagant luxury and callous indifference, a symbol of the excesses of the French monarchy. History remembers her for the infamous phrase, "Let them eat cake," a quote she likely never uttered, yet it has overshadowed her true legacy. This misattribution, attached to her image for centuries, reveals the power of perception and the tragedy of a queen demonized by a revolution. The French Revolution was a time of great upheaval, and Marie Antoinette became a convenient scapegoat. Born an Austrian archduchess, Marie Antoinette's life was a whirlwind of courtly intrigue, political turmoil, and ultimately, a tragic downfall. Her marriage to Louis XVI was meant to solidify alliances, but it placed her in the eye of a storm. Her story, however, is far more complex than the simplistic narrative often presented. She was a young woman thrust into a role she was unprepared for, navigating a foreign court and its treacherous politics. To understand Marie Antoinette, one must delve beyond the caricature and uncover the woman behind the crown. She was a mother, a wife, and a queen, each role adding layers to her persona. This essay embarks on a journey through Marie Antoinette's life, exploring her personal struggles, the public's evolving perception of her, and her symbolic role in the French Revolution. We will examine her letters, her decisions, and the events that shaped her destiny. We will navigate the opulent halls of Versailles, where she reigned as queen, and witness the simmering discontent that would ultimately erupt into revolution. The grandeur of Versailles stands in stark contrast to the suffering of the common people. Through it all, we will strive to understand the woman behind the myth, separating fact from fiction and offering a glimpse into the human heart, beating beneath the weight of a crown. Her humanity often gets lost in the grand narrative of history. Marie Antoinette's story is a cautionary tale of power, perception, and the often cruel hand of fate. It reminds us that history is not just a series of events, but a tapestry woven with the lives and emotions of real people. Born Maria Antonia Josefa Johanna in Vienna, Austria, the young archduchess was destined for greatness from the very beginning. As the 15th child of Empress Maria Theresa and Emperor Francis I, she was raised in the opulent Hofburg Palace, surrounded by the grandeur of the Habsburg dynasty. At the tender age of 15, she crossed borders to marry the Dauphin of France, Louis Auguste, in a union that was more than just a marriage. It was a strategic alliance between two powerful nations. This union thrust Marie Antoinette into the heart of the French court, a world of dazzling splendor and rigid etiquette. Versailles, with its opulent halls and meticulously manicured gardens, became her gilded cage, a place where every move was scrutinized and every word weighed. The young Dauphine, thrust into a world of unfamiliar customs and expectations, struggled to adapt to the intricate and often unforgiving social codes of the French court. While history often remembers Marie Antoinette for her extravagant love of fashion and entertainment, she found solace in more private and personal pursuits. She sought refuge in the Petit Trianon, a small chateau on the grounds of Versailles, where she could escape the suffocating constraints of court life and be herself. The gardens, designed in the English style, offered her a sense of freedom and tranquility that was hard to find within the walls of the Grand Palace. Surrounded by her closest confidants, Marie Antoinette reveled in the simplicity of nature and the joys of motherhood, finding moments of genuine happiness. Despite the grandeur of her surroundings and the opulence that defined her life, she yearned for a life less ordinary, a life where she could be free from the burdens of royalty and live with a sense of normalcy. As Marie Antoinette navigated the intricacies of court life, she was surrounded by the opulence and grandeur of Versailles, a world far removed from the struggles of the common people. Yet a storm was brewing beyond the palace walls, one that would soon engulf the entire nation. France, burdened by economic woes and social inequality, teetered on the brink of revolution. The cries of the people grew louder, demanding change and justice. The extravagance of the monarchy, juxtaposed against the plight of the commoners, fueled resentment and unrest. The lavish lifestyle of the royals stood in stark contrast to the daily struggles of the masses. The once adoring gaze of the French people began to shift, transforming into suspicion and anger. The seeds of revolution were sown in the hearts of the disillusioned populace. Marie Antoinette, perceived as out of touch with the harsh realities faced by her subjects, became a lightning rod for their discontent. Her every action was scrutinized and criticized. The storming of the Bastille in 1789 marked a turning point, a symbolic act of defiance against the monarchy's tyranny. The revolution, once a distant rumble, erupted with a vengeance, spreading like wildfire through the streets of France. The monarchy, once considered invincible, found itself under siege. The royal family faced an uncertain and perilous future. Marie Antoinette, known for her courage and unwavering loyalty to her husband, refused to abandon her adopted country. She stood resolute in the face of mounting danger. She stood by Louis XVI as the walls of their world crumbled around them, their once secure lives now in ruins. The French Revolution, fueled by years of simmering discontent, would forever alter the course of their lives and the fate of France. The echoes of this tumultuous period would resonate through history, leaving an indelible mark on the nation and its people.